Hi, everybody. I hope you have had a good first 2 weeks of the semester and that things haven't been too confusing for you in this class or anywhere else. I just wanted to take a couple of minutes as we got into the third week to talk about what it means to read rhetorically, because that is what most of the assignments throughout the rest of the semester are going to be about. The first rhetorical reading assignment, as you'll see in there, it's a little less weighted, meaning as long as you do it and do it thoughtfully and answer all the questions, you're going to get the credit for it. But I wanted to talk a little bit about what the purpose of this type of an assignment is and ultimately what it's supposed to get you thinking about. So, as I said in my introductory video, our whole the whole semester rather, is about the First Amendment. And in order to really get into knowing what that is about, we're going to be reading the Bill of Rights and Amendments 11 to 27. This is probably the driest thing we're going to read throughout the semester, so don't read this and think, oh, crap, everything's going to be like this, because it's not. But this is an important thing for you guys to read now because it puts everything else in context, right? So that's basically the backbone for what everything else is about. All the other things we're reading are talking about this thing. So it makes sense in a way to read that source text, right? Not just to think about it in an abstract way, but to actually say, okay, I've read this. This is what it's about. And you're thinking, yo, Professor Carey, we're only talking about the First Amendment, so why are we reading all of them? Valid question. I think it makes sense to read all of them for a couple of reasons. One, it puts the First Amendment in context for you, because we're thinking a lot about, well, why is the First Amendment the First Amendment? Why is that the one that's number one? Secondly, it sort of reinforces the point that, you know what, this is the the Bill of Rights. It's part of the Constitution, and we hear it, things these days, the Constitution, like it's this ancient historical document that was written forever ago, that's sort of an infallible thing and should not be changed. But when you look at this, when you get into some of those later amendments, this is a living and breathing document that can change, should change, and has changed throughout the course of our history as a country. So bear that in mind too, because remember, ladies, we didn't get the right to vote until 1920, okay? So that was an amendment that was put into here. So if the Constitution didn't change, we wouldn't have that right that we have, that we've not even had for a full 100 years yet. It's wild to think about, isn't it? That there's a whole subset of, not even a subset, it's half the population that didn't have that right since the very beginning. And so it's a good thing that the Constitution changes. It's a good thing that we're continually revisiting this document and sort of revisiting how we do things, right? So to get to this point, what does it mean to read rhetorically? Well, first, you have to sort of answer the question, well, what does rhetorically mean? And it's super simple. Reading rhetorically just means being aware of the audience. So knowing who a document was written for, why it was written, who wrote it, how qualified were they to write it, and why did they write it? And those are the types of questions that you're then going to go and answer in your rhetorical reading notes. Okay? So that's a simple assignment. Again, it's going to feel a little like busy work, but it's not, because it helps make the second thing that you're doing for each reading, the rhetorical analysis, helps make that so much easier for you. So take those notes seriously, folks, because they make the actual analysis go so much more quickly. So I always say work smarter, not harder. So do the notes and then everything else will be simple. So we're going to do that for we've got this Bill of Rights kind of as our practice sort of rhetorical notes and analysis thing, and then we're going to have 3 more readings throughout the course of the semester, 1 in each module. So you're going to be basically doing this same thing 3 more times after the one you're turning in this week. So get used to the process, get used to thinking this way, get used to not only just reading something for what it says, but reading something for why it says, how it says, who says it. And then you're going to take what you've done in those notes and follow the directions in the rhetorical analysis assignment, and you're going to write your paragraph about it. You're basically going to take that information and synthesize it into an analysis. Easy enough, right? It's not that difficult. So I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about doing that and taking those notes seriously, because once you have the notes, you have the background for how to do everything else. And as I said in the video at the beginning of the semester, there's my dog, you can reach out to me anytime. If you have any questions at any point, email me, do what you need to do, and I will be more than happy to answer anything for you as you get through these assignments, okay? So just remember that I'm here for you to help you succeed. So don't be afraid to get in touch with me. And I also wanted to thank you guys for your attention to the discussions in the first 2 weeks of the semester. I thought you guys did a really good job engaging with one another. So just keep that up. Just keep following along and just stay on top of stuff, and you won't have a problem at all. All right? Have a good week, everybody. Bye.